Hello and welcome sa ating channel, Nerves Trading here. And sa video na to, pag-uusapan natin Forex Basics and paano nga ba i-set up ang MT4 o MetaTrader 4. So first of all, of course, ang pagtitrade sa financial markets ay laging merong kaakibat na risk. So it can result to profit or losses depending on many contributing factors. So walang guaranteed profits pagdating sa pagtitrade ng financial markets. So this presentation is just based on my research and sinishare ko lang sa inyo, so you should do further research as well. Ano nga ba ang Forex? Forex stands for foreign exchange, and it is the process of changing one currency into another. So isang madaling example is kapag meron kang dollars and pinapalit mo yung dollar na yon sa peso. So nakipagpalitan ka from one currency into another. That's one example of foreign exchange. So ang Forex market ang pinakamalaking financial market when it comes to daily turnover. Ibig sabihin, yung araw-araw na volume na tinitrade. So compared sa other financial market tulad ng crypto and stock market. At ito naman ang mga pinaka-tinitrade na mga currencies. Of course, nangunguna dyan is the US dollar. And next naman is yung euro, Japanese yen, British pound, Australian dollar, Swiss franc, and so on. And pagdating sa Forex, laging tinitignan is pair. So, one currency against another currency. So, these are the most traded Forex pairs. So, Euro-USD, USD against Japanese yen, British pound against USD, and AUD against USD. Sino-sino ba ang mga market participants pagdating sa Forex? Merong commercial and investment banks and central banks. So sila yung mga pinakamalaking players pagdating sa Forex. And then merong hedge funds, multinational corporations, and of course, retail traders. Ano-ano naman ang mga nagpapagalaw sa prices ng Forex market? So we have here some examples: interest rates, government policies, economic data. So that affects the supply and the demand of currencies, okay? And also just pure speculations. So these are the Forex pairs. Meron tayong major pairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 siya. Nilagay dito because these are the most traded na pairs. Alright? So minor pairs meron din. Meron tayong Euro-GBP, and of course the Euro-Cross, Euro against other countries. So Swiss franc, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, and ganun din naman sa British pound cross. So British pound against CHF, British pound against US dollar, and so on. And here we also have the exotic pairs. For example, US dollar against Singaporean dollars, US dollar against HKD, US dollar against South Africa currency, US dollar against Thailand baht. So now let's talk about the ask and bid price. Yung ask price, yan yung titignan natin if we want to buy a currency pair. Yung bid price naman, yan yung titignan natin if we want to sell a currency pair. And yung difference nung dalawa, yan yung tinatawag na spread. So yung nasa ilalim ng exclamation point na to. Okay, so nakalagay is 19, but that's actually pipettes. Okay, so 10 pipettes, or minsan tinatawag din siyang point, is equal to 1 pip. Okay, so dito sa Euro-USD, yung pipette is yung pang 5 decimal point, and yung pang 4 na decimal point, yan naman yung pip. Right? So yung spread, just yun yung transaction cost for the broker. Okay? So, kaya kapag sinubukan mo mag-enter ng trade, may kita mo medyo negative profit ka ng onte. Okay? Kasi binabayaran mo muna yung spread sa broker. Okay? So, for example, pumasok ka sa price na to, and if you want to sell right away, pwede mo siyang i-sell sa gantong price. Mas mababa since meron ngang spread. Right? So, now, how Forex pairs are traded. So pag nakita mo, for example, Euro USD and ang price is 1.05, ibig sabihin kailangan mo ng 1.05 US dollar para makakuha ng isang euro. So sa isang forex pair, yung unang currency, yan yung base currency. And yung pangalawang currency, yan yung quote currency. Okay? Base currency, yan yung kinukuha mo. Quote currency, yan yung ginagamit mo para makuha yung base currency. So how can you possibly make money in Forex? So you can make money in Forex if you correctly anticipate the future price of the Forex pair. So for example, magpapapalit ka ng isang US dollar gamit ang peso. So that's 50 pesos for 1 US dollar. And kapag tumaas yung price ng US dollar against peso, naging 51 pesos siya, pwede mo siyang ibenta ng mas mataas sa halaga na to and kumita ka ng 1 peso. Ngayon naman, of course, kapag bumaba yung price ng USD against peso, naging 49 pesos, ibig sabihin matatalo ka naman ng 1 peso. So, merong mga strategies na ginagamit for trading Forex and it is divided sa dalawa. So, merong fundamental analysis. For example, tinitignan mo yung news or your interest rates, economic data, consumer price index. And on the other hand, meron namang technical analysis which is focusing on the chart. So, pagdating sa position size naman sa Forex, laging pinag-uusapan is per lot. So, depende sa account mo if standard, ang isang lot is equal to 100,000 units and ang micro lot naman is equal to 1,000 units. So, for example, gusto mong bumili ng Euro USD. Hindi mo ilalagay na 100,000, okay? Ang ilalagay mo is 1, okay? Because per lot nga yung pinag-uusapan if standard, alright? So, mamaya, we will expand on this. So, ano naman yung tinatawag na leverage? So, it means that you are trading with borrowed money. So, para kang naglo-loan sa broker mo. For example, ang account mo is merong $100 and you want to buy Euro USD at the price of, for example, 1.2. So, ilan ang mabibili mong euro gamit ang $100? $100 divided by yung price. So, kailangan mo ng 1.2 USD para makabili ng isang euro. So, ilang euro ang mabibili mo? Open natin yung calculator. 100 divided by 1.2. So, pwede kang bumili ng 83.33 units ng euro. Okay, lagay natin. 83.33 units. So, for example, tumaas yung price ng Euro USD. Naging 1.2100. So, malaking pagtaas yan, 100 pips. So, i-minus natin yung entry price mo sa current price, 1.2. That's equal to 0.0100. Right? So, magkano yung kinita mo pag tumaas yung price sa 1.2100? Okay? So, since meron kang 83.33 units ng euro multiplied by 0.010, yan yung kita mo per unit. Okay? So, kumita ka ng 0.833 dollars. Alright? Ngayon naman, ano mangyayari kapag gumamit ka ng leverage? Okay? So, ngayon naman, kapag gumamit ka ng leverage, for example, meron kang leverage na 100:1. So, for example lang. And ang laman ng account mo is $100. So, nagkaroon ka ng buying power na $100 times 100. Since yun nga yung leverage mo, so, yung buying power mo ngayon is $10,000. So, if you want to buy Euro USD at the price of 1.2, ilan ang pwede mong mabili na units ng euro. Okay, so let's open the calculator again. 10,000 divided by 1.2, that's 8,333 units. Okay? So, 8,333 units. Pag tumaas yung price ng Euro USD at naging 1.2100, okay, sobrahan sa 0. So, ibig sabihin, kumita ka ng difference nila 0,100 per unit. Okay, so yan yung kita mo per unit. Since meron kang 8,333 units multiplied by 0.0100, okay, your possible profit is, calculator again, 8,333 times 0.01 is equal to $83.33. Okay? So, yan is kapag gumamit ka ng leverage. Okay? So, of course, leverage can work in your favor, but also, kapag gumagamit ka ng leverage, pinapataas mo yung possible mo na profits, pero pinapataas mo rin yung exposure mo o yung risk mo. Okay? Dahil, ibig sabihin, mas malaki rin ang pwede mong malugi. Alright? Alright, so balik tayo sa lots. Alright? So, for example, gusto mong bumili ng 80,000 units. Okay? So, kung standard yung gamit mong account, hindi mo ilalagay na 80,000 units. Alright? Ang ilalagay mo is 80,000. Always i-divide mo siya sa 100,000 kapag standard. Okay? So, magiging 0.8. Alright? So, kung 100,000 naman, ilalagay mo lang is 1. For example naman, 150,000. Again, i-divide mo siya sa 100,000. So, this is for standard. So, that's equal to 1.5. Okay? So, yan yung ilalagay mo. Since ang pinag-uusapan nga is lots. Okay? So, sa microlots naman, 1 lot is equal to 1,000 units. So, meron tayong pwedeng gamitin na tool in order to calculate our position size based sa gusto nating risk for our trade. So, punta lang tayo sa babypips.com. Iiwan ko rin yung link dyan sa description sa baba para madali nyong makita. So, first, ano ba yung currency ng account natin? So, USD. And ang account balance is, for example, 100. And ang gusto lang natin i-risk is just 2% of our account. So, let's say, we already did our analysis. For example, ang tinatrade natin is Euro USD. And ang price niya nung pag mag-enter tayo ng trade is 1.2. And based sa analysis natin, yung stop loss ay ilalagay natin sa 1.1990. Alright? So, yan ay 10 pips na galaw for our stop loss. So, 1.2 minus 1.199, that's 10 pips. So, ang ilalagay natin dito for our stop loss in pips is 20. I mean 10. Okay? So, we can calculate now kung ano yung magiging position size natin for this trade. So, ang position size natin is 2,000 units. So, sa standard lot, again, we need to divide, for example, 2,000 units. We need to divide 100,000 sa standard lot. So, ang position size natin is 0.02 standard lot. So, tama siya. And for microlots naman, ang 1,000 unit is equal to 1 microlot. So, ibig sabihin 2,000 units is 2 microlots. So, now let's talk about order types. So, meron tayong tinatawag na market order. Nakalagay dito, market execution. Ibig sabihin yan kung ano yung current price ng market, dun mo gustong pumasok ng trade. And meron din namang limit order or nakalagay dito pending order. Ibig sabihin yan, pwede mong ilagay yung price kung saan gusto mong pumasok ng trade. So, kung ang market is wala pa sa 1.05763 pero dun mo gustong pumasok, then yun ang ilalagay mo na price dito. So, 1.05763. So, sa parehas na order types, pwede mong ilagay yung stop loss mo and yung take profit. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ito yung price kung saan gusto mong mag-exit ng trade kapag yung market ay gumalaw opposite sa direction na ina-anticipate mo. So sa take profit naman, gusto mong mag-exit ng trade sa price na yun kung saan in profit ka na. Okay? So importante na maglagay ng stop loss to protect our capital if ever na yung market is bumulusok pataas or pababa. So volume, yan yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. For example, gusto mong bumili ng 100,000 units sa isang standard account. So ilalagay mo is 1. Okay? Nakalagay dyan 1 lot. So now let's discuss paano ba mag-set up ng MetaTrader 4 and yung mga basics sa MetaTrader 4. So we can download the MetaTrader 4 platform sa ating broker. And magse-set up lang tayo ng demo account. Mag-open lang tayong demo account. So, play money lang yung laman ng account na yon so we can practice. So, to open a demo account, punta lang kayo sa website ng XM or meron din akong iniwan na link dyan sa description sa baba. So, pag-click nyo dito, i-fill up nyo lang yung form. Then, i-click nyo etong account. Tapos, accounts ulit. Then, dito, etong open additional account para makapag-open tayo ng demo account sa MT4. So, click nyo lang yung custom demo account. Then dito, pipiliin lang yung MT4. And then, account type, pwede kayong pumili dito, leverage, base currency, USD na lang, then click continue. And kailangan nyo mag-set ng password and kailangan nyo tandaan yan kasi yun yung gagamitin nyo pag nag-login na sa MetaTrader 4. So, meron din dyan yung server and also yung ID. Okay? So, gagamitin mamaya yun sa pag-login sa MT4. So, platforms, click nyo lang para i-download na natin yung MetaTrader 4. Tapos, lalabas ito, pindutin natin MT4 for PC and then click download. So, install nyo lang after nyo i-download. So, after natin ma-install yung MetaTrader 4 and after natin mag-login, so, yung login details, lalabas yon after natin mag-set ng password nung nag-create tayo ng custom demo account. So, most probably, ganito yung magiging itsura for the first time na binuksan natin yung MetaTrader 4. And magsisimula tayo dito sa left side. So, nakalagay dito is Market Watch and ito yung mga pwede nating i-trade. So, for example, gusto natin mag-add ng chart. Halimbawa, GBP against Japanese Yen. Click lang natin and then right click. Tapos chart window. And lalabas na yung chart. Kung wala naman dito yung gusto natin i-trade, pwede nating i-right click. And then click symbols. And nandito lahat ng pwede nating i-trade. So for example, add natin is silver. So click lang natin. Then i-click natin yung show. Tapos, lalabas na siya dito. So, we can also choose to show all. So, nandyan lahat ng pwede nating i-trade. So, mag-iwan muna tayo ng isang chart. For example, Euro USD. And pwede nating i-adjust yung size ng chart natin. Or pwede rin nating i-full screen. So, ang default na chart type dito is bar charts. Pero pwede natin siyang baguhin sa candlesticks and line chart. So, for example, gusto natin is candlesticks. And gusto natin baguhin yung properties na itong chart natin. We can do that by right-clicking. Then, properties and mababago na natin yung mga colors ng chart. So, background, pwede nating baguhin white and mawawala yung price kapag ginawa nating white. So, dapat yung foreground is contrast yung color. So, pwede natin itong gawing black. And yung grid, pwede nating tanggalin. bar up, bar down, we can make this black. So bull candle, whatever color you want, we can make this green. Bear candle, we can make this red. And if we're happy with the properties already, pwede nating i-click yung OK. So para naman i-zoom in or i-zoom out yung chart, merong magnifying glass icon dito sa taas. So pwede nating i-zoom out or i-zoom in. Then pag tinitignan naman natin yung left side, kapag nagbabago yung price, bumabalik siya sa umpisa ulit. So kung gusto natin tanggalin yun, pwede nating i-click itong icon na to. Then pwede na tayong mag-scroll sa left side. So pag gusto natin ibalik yung feature na yon, then click lang natin ulit etong icon na to. Kung gusto natin ng onting space sa right side, pwede nating i-click etong shift end and magkakaroon ng space sa right side. Para naman baguhin yung time frames natin, nakalagay dito, pwede tayong punta sa 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and so on. So, pag nagbukas tayo ng bagong chart, for example, GBP USD, right-click, then chart window. And hindi na gaya yung properties na ginawa natin. So, kung gusto natin gawin yun, kailangan nating mag-save ng template. So, right-click, then click template, then click save template. So, pwede nating maglagay ng kahit anong name kung anong gusto natin. For example, green and red. Then click save. Tapos, punta lang tayo dun sa bagong chart na binuksan natin. So, dito natin makikita yung mga chart na nakabukas. So, right-click, template, and makikita natin dito yung template na ginawa natin. So, just click this and magiging ganun na rin yung itsura niya. So, if we want na every time bubuksan natin yung chart, ganito agad yung magiging itsura, then pwede nating iset etong template na to as default. So, go to template, save template, and we can make this default. Ngayon, pag nagbukas tayo ng bagong chart, ganito na agad yung itsura niya. Kung gusto naman natin tanggalin yung default template, we can go to File, then Open Data Folder, then click Templates, and pwede na natin tanggalin yung default template. So, delete. And pag nagbukas tayo ulit ng bagong chart, hindi na ulit ganon yung itsura niya. So, para naman makapag-drawing tayo ng mga shapes, for example, horizontal line, nandito yung mga shapes na pwede nating i-drawing. So, for example, horizontal line, and then i-click natin kung saan natin gustong ilagay yung horizontal line. At pwede rin natin siyang i-adjust. So, just double-click, and merong lalabas na dalawang box sa magkabilaang gilid. Pwede nating i-adjust yung horizontal line. And we can also delete. Just right-click, then click delete. Kung wala naman dito yung shape na gusto nating i-drawing, pwede nating i-right-click dito and click customize. And ito yung mga pwede nating i-add. So for example, ito, we can insert, then click close. Lalabas na siya dito. Para naman makapag-add ng indicators, i-click lang natin itong insert. Then indicators, ito yung mga built-in na indicators sa MetaTrader 4. For example, moving average. Pwede nating baguhin yung period, pwede nating baguhin yung color, and yung method. For example, simple moving average, then click OK. Para naman tanggalin yung indicators na nilagay natin, just right click, then indicators list. Nandito nakalagay yung mga indicators na nilagay natin sa chart. So click lang natin to, then click delete. Close, and mawawala na yung indicator na nilagay natin. So now, if you want to enter the trade, we can go to this button, new order. And symbol, of course, ito yung nakabukas na chart ngayon, Euro USD. Volume, kung ilang lot yung itatrade natin. For standard lot, 100,000 units is equal to 1 lot. Or for micro lot, 1,000 units is equal to 1 micro lot. And pwede nating iset yung stop loss natin kung ano yung price gusto natin mag-exit ng trade if gumalaw sa opposite direction yung market. And we can also set our take profit. And for the type, we have two types, market execution or market order. So if we want to enter sa current market price, ito yung pipiliin natin. And meron din tayong pending order kung ano yung gusto nating price na pumasok ng trade. So if we want to sell, we can choose sell limit. So for example, we want to sell, we can just click sell by market. And then mag-open na yung trade natin. And if ever hindi natin na-set yung stop loss or yung take profit natin, we can double click and then masaset na natin yung stop loss and yung take profit natin. To close the trade naman, we can click this X button. So here, you can choose one-click trading. Ibig sabihin, pag pindot mo, automatic na magko-close agad yung order mo. Or pag nag-enter ka naman ng trade, automatic one click may enter na agad yung trade. So just close. So ito yung ibig sabihin, pag gusto mong mag-buy, so one click lang pag pindot mo dito. So dito mo pwedeng ilagay kung ilang lot yung gusto nating i-trade. Then, pagka-click natin ng buy, automatic mag-open yung order natin. And if we close again, one click lang. Kung gusto naman natin tanggalin yung feature na yon, just click the tools, go to options, and then remove one-click trading. Then click OK. So, if we click ulit yung buy button, ganito na yung lalabas. Then, we can click buy by market and saka mag-enter yung trade natin. And ganun din kapag close natin yung order natin, lalabas ulit yung ganito if hindi naka-enable yung one-click trading. So, we can click close. So, if hindi natin makita yung terminal natin, for example, na wala siya, we can click this icon so para bumalik yung terminal natin. Kung gusto naman natin na sabay-sabay makita yung mga chart na nakabukas, we can go to window. Then for example, we want it to tile horizontally, or for example, we can tile it vertically. And kung gusto natin pagkasyahin lahat, tile windows. So, ang MT4 na ang bahala kung paano i-arrange yung chart. So, pagkakasyahin niya kung ilan yung nakabukas. Pwede naman natin tong manually i-arrange. So, yan. So that's just the basics of MetaTrader 4. So explore nyo lang din. And that's just gonna be our video for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Kita-kita ulit tayo sa susunod na video.